All right, here's a look outside of the harbor right now. Lots of pancake ice out there. All of the ice at Park Point is gone. The southwest wind pretty much pushed it all the way up the North Shore. So a lot of the North Shore communities have a lot of ice in it. And I think that'll actually flip around this weekend. You'll probably see all the ice piling back up at Park Point once we get a northeast wind this weekend, where we're expecting a little bit of some wintry mischief. But focusing on right now, we're seeing relatively warm conditions generally around and along the U.S. 2 core. It points down to the south. Up towards the north, we saw some clear skies and our temperatures dropped into the teens, 12 in Ely, 13 in International Falls, and again, 30s and 20s here across the Twin Ports. Now, looking at satellite and radar, there's not too much going on. Just a couple overhead showers that are likely not even making it to the ground. I have to check on reports up there, but nonetheless, it should be fairly dry. We'll hang on to lots of clouds for today just because we don't have a really strong area of high pressure. It's very weak, and then our next system's already on its way in from the north, and that's going to lift the warm front, allowing for some wintry mix or maybe even some freezing rain across portions of the Arrowhead. So let's time it out here on Futurecast. Again, much of the day rather dry, lots of cloud cover, especially during the morning. We'll try to break out of it this afternoon, lifting our temperatures into the 40s, especially out towards our western zones, towards the 169 corridor. Then as we head through 6 o'clock, now I'm expecting maybe a couple sprinkles across the borderlands, and it'll try to develop a little bit more as you get farther off towards the east, towards the tip of the Arrowhead. Now, temperatures over there will likely be on the cooler side because of a southerly wind. So you're carrying colder air over the lake into Cook County. That's going to keep temperatures on the cooler side. Once we get closer to the nighttime hours, here's a look at 9 o'clock. That's when we introduce the chance for some freezing rain. Maybe we see maybe 0.05 of an inch or a glaze of ice on some surfaces up into Cook County. Give that about a 25% chance. Otherwise, not really going to be an impactful system. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be starting off warm, 30s here to start the day, and it should be fairly dry other than maybe just a couple of showers, highs into the 40s. It's possible some areas get into the 50s, but the fog might limit it tomorrow. So if we see lots of fog development for tomorrow morning, which it may be dense and widespread as well, it'll likely be hard to shake it just because our winds won't be that strong heading through the day on Friday. So that might be the deal as we head through Friday. That could also perhaps bust our temperatures on the lower end. We're forecasting mid-40s for Friday, but if the fog does linger, we might get stuck into the mid or upper 30s, which is still relatively warm, but it may not be as warm as 46. Notice the weekend, though, we're looking at cooler conditions. That's because we'll get a system down to the south to pull in a little bit colder air, and this high pressure is going to funnel in, basically make a squeeze play between our low down to the south and our high up to the north. So there might be a little bit of some snow or some sort of wintry mix here going on for Saturday night, especially into Sunday. So the chances for precip on Sunday has gone up here at about 50%. It doesn't look to be too impactful, but we'll keep watching it here through the next 72 hours. Otherwise, a little bit cooler here into next week with highs into the 30s.